What's going on, everyone? Yo. It's the Man to Man Sports Podcast, and I'm your host, Mr. Man. I'm with my guy, Nate.
Hey, you know Nate the Great. You know how we do it, man. You know how we coming. You know what I'm saying? You know we coming. Hey, we gonna bring y'all the facts. We gonna bring y'all the hot topics. Y'all know, y'all know what we doing, man. Mr. Man, how are you today?
Man, I am super tired, man.
Super tired? From what?
Bro, these first 3 days at work this week has been insane. And I'm not going to mention where I work at until they sponsor us. Give me some money.
Yeah, hey, now, that is something since you brought that up. Hey, sponsors, we are looking for sponsors. So if you do want to sponsor us, hit us in the DM. This is a very, very important message. I am being very serious. But if you do want to sponsor us, hey, hit us in the DM, and we'll talk, and we'll kind of go from there.
Show me the money.
And how everything else been, though? This life in general, man.
Well, life has been great, man. I'm blessed to have a family I have, a wife and children, and just life, man. I just love life and, love talking with sports with you, man, and everything. And speaking of life.
Yeah.
You went out of the state, as everybody keeps saying, because that's how you talk. Your story's like, he's out of the country right now. Out of the country.
Well, I like to dibble and dab and do a little traveling. That's just one of my things and hobbies I like to do. I like to go to wherever I haven't been before.
So where did you go this time?
So this time I went to Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. So Puerto Rico, you know what I mean? Just, to go lay my hair down a little bit,
Dude, I went on the Facebook and I seen number of water on his page. I'm like, what in the world?
Well, hey, all black people don't like water. But yeah, that's not true. But you know what I mean? Hey, some black people like water. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you got to get out there. You got to venture out. You know what I'm saying? Do some things. You know.
But you went by yourself?
Well, to be disclosed. That a couple people watching the show. To be disclosed.
Oh my goodness!
But
I should not ask that question.
Nah, you good. And I would come with my partners, man. You know what I mean? So we kind of did it up. You know what I mean? Got the drink package. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Did all that. You know. Like I said, lay my head down a little bit. Put my sunglasses on.
Lay your head on my pillow.
Hey, and the disco lights come on. You know how they go. So
I feel you on
but the lifestyle over there is different. I will tell you
yeah?
that. Yeah, it will tell you that, and it's how can I put this in words? Sensational.
Sensational.
Hey, I feel like Future. Sensational. And that's one of the things. But hey, you know what we here for, man.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, it's. I'm glad today that we're shooting. Because we're shooting at the most prolific time. Because it's some big news. I mean, huge news in the NBA world that happened today.
My goodness.
That I say it's going to shut everything down. But that's Dame being traded to the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes.
I think. Everybody was talking about the Heat. Everybody was talking about this team, that team that he should go to. I know Stephen A. Smith brought up the Lakers. He think he should go to the Lakers and stuff like that. But I really think that's a perfect fit for him. What you think about that move?
I mean, I think it's good for Dame. He went to a contender team, and that's the part that I like for him. But I'm always skeptical about when superstars get together because they don't necessarily translate to wins.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm really interested to see how it's going to take off for this next coming season. But I'm just not sold yet because I want to see what the other pieces they're going to bring in to help Milwaukee. You know what I mean?
Not question. Because you said when superstars get together.
Yeah.
Right? So do you consider Giannis a superstar, or is he a star A+?
He's definitely a superstar. I mean, this is my thing with Giannis.
Okay,
he's a great player. He can play all day. My thing is his skill development.
Okay.
Is he gonna have a consistent jump shot? Will he develop a post-up game? Because his game is okay. I might hit a little mid-range jumper every now and again.
Okay.
My free throw shooting has to improve. But my game is get the rebound, go hard as I can to the paint, dunk, layup, whatever the case is. But where his game developed past that, that's the problem that I have with
So,
Giannis.
so when you think about superstars in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
What names come up? Just in the NBA as a whole, just like when you think about superstars, what names come to your mind?
Of course,
Just like,
LeBron James, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Jimmy Butler, guys like that.
as superstars.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is where I differ from you.
Well, you don't
Right.
consider them guys superstars?
Jimmy Buckets.
Well, hold on.
Is
First
cold.
of all,
Hey,
hold on.
Hey,
First of all,
hey, Jimmy.
hold on.
Hey,
Before you say anything else,
I'm about
no,
to break it down to
listen.
you.
I want you to break it down,
Okay,
but
all
first
right,
of all, I gotta address this.
Uh-huh.
Why does the big huff come from? Where did that come from?
hey, the big huff came.
Hold on.
I was like, I'm just scratching my head.
Bro, you said like
Yeah.
I got on your nerves or something.
Hey, because of who you said. Like, I was with you when you said, Steph Curry and LeBron James, but then you kept going and it just kept.
So Jimmy Butler's not a superstar? I know we're supposed to be talking about.
No.
Hold on.
No.
We're going to come back to Damian. Hold on. You don't consider Jimmy Butler a superstar?
No. He's a star, but not a superstar. I got Steph Curry.
So you wouldn't want Damian Lillard on your team. I mean, excuse me, Jimmy Butler on your team.
It's not about who I would want. It's who is a superstar. You know what I mean? Like, when you start naming them out, that's why I took a deep breath. You know what I mean? Because Jimmy Buckets is not a superstar. I think we all know that. What?
I'm going to let you finish
Okay, please.
because the main topic is Damian Lillard, but I'm going to let you finish. We're going to argue about that later on.
Okay,
Go
all
ahead.
right. We'll come back to that.
Go ahead.
But my thing is this: you think about KD, you think about Steph Curry, think about LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Those are superstars. Those are top tier superstars. You know, when you started bringing up Jimmy Buckets and all that, I would say Giannis is a star A plus. I wouldn't put him as a superstar on the top tier. I would put him as a B tier, just because. He won an MVP, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And that's one of your requirements to be a superstar, right?
But I don't necessarily, but superstars, man, there's some superstars that probably who didn't win the MVP that probably should. Because, there's some time, I keep using this as an example, but it's, Kobe was a superstar.
Yeah, most definitely.
But was Steve Nash necessarily a superstar?
No.
But he won MVP back to back. Especially in the years Kobe was the best player in the league. He just happened to play on a bad Lakers team.
Yeah, don't even bring that up because I'm having flashbacks right now. But my thing is this, right? To get back on Dame and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Okay.
I felt like that's not equivalent to Kobe and Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
That's not equivalent to Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't even say Golden State because they grew up together, right? Those stars are not equivalent to the Miami Heat when they got together.
Mm-hmm.
Those stars. That's why when you said a superstar tandem, like as in coming together, I don't know if that same effect would be on them because both of them believe in team ball. Giannis is a defensive player. Dame is an offensive player, and I think they would, mesh actually on point, from just looking outside in. But that superstar clash up, I don't think that would be a problem for them because they don't have all the superstar stuff going on. You know what I mean?
I think I kind of disagree with that. I think I do consider Giannis a superstar. I just think he's just on a franchise or a market that's not marketable. You know what I mean? I think that team, when they won the championship, they made it marketable to go to Milwaukee because of what Giannis done for that franchise.
Question.
Yes.
When they won the championship, who was the best person in the playoffs? In the playoff run that they had, Milwaukee Bucks had, who was the best player on that team?
Giannis. You
think Giannis was?
Yeah.
Or do you think Middleton was?
Milton ball.
Milton outplayed him. If you go back and look at the numbers, yeah, Giannis was doing his thing, playing defense, and he was all defense. I'm not saying nothing about his defense, but offensively, you got to bring him to the table too. You know what I mean? And he was absent a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Middleton, you cannot tell me, right, if it was just Giannis by himself, he would have took them to the championship.
Oh no, definitely not. Not
That's
by
the difference
himself.
between a superstar and a star.
But still, I don't. But Giannis is what makes Milwaukee. When you think about Milwaukee, you think about Giannis. You don't think of Chris Middleton. You think Chris Middleton.
Don't. That's why when Middleton outplayed him, that's why it was so prevalent.
I don't know.
They just lost the first round, right?
To Milwaukee, yeah. But Chris Middleton wasn't there. He was hurt.
Prime time example, right? When he literally,
But that
literally when he went out, they went down. And I'm not saying Middleton is a superstar, but I'm saying like the way they went down.
But Middleton is a good Robin to Giannis's Batman. You see what I'm saying? But
Sometimes. I'm just be honest with you. Sometimes.
but either way, Giannis is going to be the number one option regardless of the fact. However,
You sure?
I'm talking about before Leonard got there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
before
I
Leonard
got
got
it.
there. But now that Leonard's there,
He's the number one option.
he's probably going to be the number one option. However, this is going to be the problem that I see. And I could be totally wrong because it's going to really come down to the system the coach implements. However, is Giannis going to be able to take the ball full court without Damian Lillard getting touches? You see what I'm saying?
That's what I'm. Giannis' game is incomplete. Now you see who he's been working out with, right?
Yeah, King.
So Giannis gonna have to build some type of off the ball play. He cannot.
I agree with that part. I do.
He cannot control the ball.
I agree with that. That's my point. I agree with that. I agree with that.
That's one thing that he gonna have to get in the low post and work on some moves. And that's the reason why.
I agree.
That's the reason why he got with old buddy. But I feel like he's gonna have to elevate his game for me to call him a superstar. And that's why I differ. That's why I differ with you on when you talking about when superstars get together. Because I don't think Giannis is a superstar. Now he's a star A+. Don't get me wrong. Like he's right there at it. But to me, I feel like he still has a little bit room to grow to get to superstardom.
Well, again, that's why I still think he's a superstar, but I do agree that his game has to evolve. He has to develop some sort of low post game, like you said. He definitely gonna have to learn to shoot his free throws better and get a mid range jump shot, because that's gonna clog up the middle. Because if he can be somewhat in the paint somewhere in the paint, that's gonna give Dame room to operate as Dame does with the long ball. You see what I'm saying? So having Giannis develop some sort of post up game or big man game will be huge. Because Brook Lopez is still gonna go out there and get your rebounds, but he's gonna shoot a lot of threes too.
Now it's still a lot of movement going on, so everything is not final. So we don't know exactly. We just talking about potential lineups, but we don't know exactly who's gonna be there when the start of the season starts.
Right.
But I will say this: on the defensive end, they will miss Drew.
Oh man, that's where you're gonna see Milwaukee if they're gonna be better or not, because that's where they're gonna miss it. Damian Lillard is okay defensively, but he's not a Drew Holiday defensively, and I think they're gonna miss Drew Holiday a lot.
To be honest, I think they're gonna be top heavy offensively, and I think they're gonna lack defensively, but they're gonna try to make up with pace and scoring. I think that's what they're aiming for, and they're gonna try to do. And Giannis gonna just have to man down in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And lock that down.
So, what do you think about them playing a little bit of pick and roll between Giannis and Damian?
I think it'd be a smooth transition. Now the only problem with that is you're not gonna worry about Giannis popping out because you don't have a
right. See, now you seeing what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said he's not a superstar. You know what I'm saying? Because he still got a lot of work. Like he has superstar energy, competitiveness. He lays it all on the line. But if you telling me, okay, all right, you know, when we get into the playoffs, everybody gonna say, hey, just stay in the paint. Let him shoot outside all game.
Yeah.
And you gonna be like, come on, like it's not gonna work like that. So I feel like you're gonna have to improve in today's game. So I do think, you know, Middleton, he gonna have to step up his defensive game. Dame gonna have to step up his defensive game. But I do think that we'll have a lot of buy-in. I actually think it's a great move. As much as I'm dissing them, I do think they are a number one contender for the championship.
You think so?
Yep.
Oh no, I
do think. Given, I'm gonna put it like this: given healthy, if Middleton's healthy, Dame healthy, Giannis healthy, and they can plug and play some people in there.
Yeah.
Number one.
Well, I think they'll make a good playoff push because they still got key components like Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez. So they got somewhat of a little bit of a core still there.
So hold on. Since you saying, you know, you doing all that question asking about, oh, you really think that number one, who you got them competing with in the East?
Obviously, Boston. Boston is still a good contender team.
I ain't gonna say nothing, but keep going.
So Boston.
Keep going.
But I know. Look, see.
Keep going.
Hold on. I gotta stop this one more time. This is the second time you huffing and puffing.
Well, I mean, we know what Boston gonna do. So
listen, but I'm just saying. So why are you questioning what I'm saying right now?
Oh yeah,
Boston is going to be a contender for a championship
I'm a
in
question
the East.
and then answer it. It's just fact. If you were to give out championships for the semifinals, okay, I get it. Boston all day. All right, you got it. You got me.
Watch out,
Boston,
man.
you got me. You know what I mean? But outside of that, man, Boston ain't doing nothing.
Well, I'm just saying I don't see them being. I don't see them being the top two in the East. I may see maybe 3 or 4, 5. I don't see them.
Oh, you talking about Boston?
No, Milwaukee.
What's the?
I don't see it.
What?
I don't see it.
So
I don't see
said
it.
Boston. Who else? Please.
I don't see it.
Please, who else?
I'm telling you. Well, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. New York is definitely going to be better.
Nah.
Yes.
They're going to be better, but they ain't going to be top 3. Okay, come on.
Come on with it. So you don't think Boston be the top? I mean, New York be in the top 3?
No. Top 7? Yeah. Top 3? No.
They're going to have to be in the top 7. They're going to be in the
top 8.
I think Boston would be in the – oh, excuse me. I keep saying Boston, but that means that I think Boston's going to be in the top. I think Boston's going to be in the top. New York is going to be in the top. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Miami, of course.
Now, we ain't going to get into it roughly, but you know they did lose.
I know, but that was a great series though. Miami and Boston.
No, I ain't talking about losing series as in lost players.
Who?
They're not the same team. You had Gabe. He went to the Lakers. They're not the same team, Mr. Mann. They're not the same team.
You're right. They're not the same team.
Not the same team.
But we also talking about the East Coast.
I mean, you could just say we also talking about Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra. I mean, and that I would have been like, oh, okay,
we talking about the East Coast.
You got me.
We talking about the East Coast though.
But you're not swaying me over
because
here. Milwaukee, number 1.
Well, slam the table, why don't you? Dang, he caught everybody off guard.
Hey, look at this dude. Lord, what happened?
They about gave a whiplash looking over here so quick.
Hey, if we would have had a camera, you'd have thought somebody was shooting. Well, I'm trying to tell you now.
Hey, y'all remember that scene in Coming to America? when they was in a restaurant and Samuel L. Jackson came and shot at the and everybody jumped.
Yeah,
That's how they. That's exactly how they look when you hit the
Hey,
table.
hey.
We were not expecting that. We sure it wasn't.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, but that's hey, hey, but that's how confident I am. Milwaukee coming out the East.
Oh yeah,
Bar.
yeah, you're very confident.
Yeah, you just very producer. I'm very confident. Yeah, most definitely. So Milwaukee coming out the East.
No,
I don't see
no,
nobody contesting with them out the East. Man.
No.
I really don't.
Boston,
don't.
man.
Okay, Boston.
Boston.
Boston will be there in the conference finals. I get that.
Boston. Boston is.
And then lose.
Nah, I like Boston.
And then because Jason Tatum gonna
Ladies
ice
and
up.
gentlemen.
He gonna ice up.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And they both.
This
both
is gonna be
ice up.
this is gonna be the first wager of the season before the season even starts. Boston, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee all day.
Boston is coming out the East.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Under the comments, answer this question: who you think coming out the East, Milwaukee or Boston?
And it may be a different team, but out of us, we're choosing.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
pretty sure all the people gonna pick Milwaukee.
Listen. Even if none of our teams win the championship or come out, who's gonna go further? Boston or Milwaukee?
Oh, Milwaukee all day. It's
Boston.
Easy.
I'm
Easy.
going with Boston, ladies and gentlemen.
Easy.
Y'all stitches and give y'all answer. Or you just even comment and just see who's gonna win. But Boston gonna win easily.
Easily. This guy don't know NBA. He really don't. He just up there talking. The man is just manning right now. He don't.
Man, we got off topic, man.
Yeah. But anyway, so with that being said, I do think Milwaukee made this move so Giannis wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
I think Giannis pressured the front office to be like, hey, I need something to happen. Other than that, I'm going somewhere else.
But you know what? That's interesting you brought that topic up because, or that point up, I should say, because listening to the comments of Stephen A. Smith, Damian Lillard didn't want to go to Milwaukee. He wanted to go to Miami, according to Stephen A. Smith.
Well, now that.
So will that go ahead.
I'm gonna put it like this. I ain't gonna say I was on the no, but all the rumors was saying the same thing.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to Miami,
Right?
And he was about to get fined by the NBA, so it had some truth to it because it was going up under the subject matter of tampering.
Good, gotcha.
So they told him not to say nothing else, but that's actually where he wanted to go. I think Woj reported that too,
right?
That he wanted to go to Miami, but I do think Milwaukee snuck in there.
Well,
I wasn't looking for that.
Outside of the play and outside of just the team chemistry, does him publicly saying that I wanted to go to Miami hurt the chemistry? Because I wanted to be traded, but I'm here. I wanted to go to Miami, but here I'm in Milwaukee. Let me just make it work.
No, he just wanted to get out of Portland. That's all. Portland wasn't going nowhere, right? I mean, to be honest, you talk to the audience. Out of 10 places you want to go to, is Portland on any of those? I mean, let's be honest, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, he held Portland down for years.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody fought. This would be the only time a superstar leaves a place and nobody asks a question.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody be like, oh, he's not loyal.
Yeah.
Because Portland wasn't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You see, they got rid of C.J. McCollum. You know what I mean? They got rid of a couple more other pieces, but it just wasn't going to happen. I mean, and everybody wants to see Dame in a bigger market.
Yeah, but Portland did they did win a little bit in this trade because they did get the
they got a load back.
Yeah,
they got a load. Yeah.
Drew Holiday and then DeAndre Ayton. So it's
now that. I mean, I know we're talking about Milwaukee Bucks, but that DeAndre Ayton thing, now that really trips me out a little bit from the aspect of the whole NBA and what the Phoenix Suns was doing. Cause I was thinking it's gonna be a Milwaukee Phoenix Sun matchup. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
that kind of tripped me out a little bit.
See, this is the thing too, because the Suns kind of tapered off at the end. And with after the trade with Kevin Durant, and we never really got to see them in full form to see what they can do. But I think for Phoenix to get into the mix, you might as well give up something. And if you're gonna give up something, you might as well give up not DeAndre Jordan,
But
but
my thing is DeAndre
DeAndre Ayton,
Ayton.
yeah.
My thing is this though, like he was the only thing pretty much protecting the rim.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was the only defensive really present they have. We all know. Let's be honest. I know we got KD fans out there. I know we got Book fans out there. I know we got CP3 fans out there. What's coming with all three of those? They don't play no defense. I mean, all right, there's sometimes.
Well,
They're not all defensive players.
As it's currently constructed, it looks like the Suns might be running a different type of offense where it's just up and down because they don't have a big man to where they got to feed as much now.
But when you get in the playoffs, you're going to have to stop the ball.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely agree.
So during the season, yeah, you can do all that you want to do. But that just I don't know. That's tripping me out. But I will say this: it'll be you got the top 5 teams in the league, right? You got Milwaukee is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You got Golden State.
Golden State definitely. Oh, speaking of Golden State, they
what?
signed Rudy Gay.
Yeah, we watched it.
I'm just saying, but that's a decent player to come off the bench to help, score a little bit.
Sometimes your name go further than you.
No,
And
Rudy Gay was legit, man, when he was in his prime.
And you see the word that you used was legit.
But I'm saying
They got everything they got.
that's a good sign though. That's a good
everything
sign.
they got. When the Spurs let him go, that was it. It's more like a used eraser on a clean white sheet paper. That's what it is. Like it's no more. You can't. I mean, it's just,
Rudy Gay legit, man.
hey, that's pretty much it, man. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I'm just like I'm just saying. But Golden State, Phoenix Suns, they're gonna be in there just because of the 3-headed monster. Boston gonna be in there. I'm gonna give them that. But that's pretty much who you got. Now Jimmy Buckets, he gonna have something to say.
Yeah.
But I think right now, what season is Jimmy Buckets in? Is it like his 8th season, 7th?
Oh, I can't remember. He's been in there for a minute though.
I don't know how many times he's gonna keep being able to pull off this playoff Jimmy Buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like carrying a team with nothing to something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, he'll be an X factor.
What would Miami need? They need a point guard, don't they?
They need
They need
quite a
like
few things. And that's why they were trying to get Dame. They need quite a few things, man. I think Eric Spoelstra and all them are right to ship, but it's one of those things that I feel like the Milwaukee Bucks is number one, head over heels, and then you got some tight races behind that.
Yeah.
But I think some other people are gonna have to make some decisions on what they're gonna have to do.
Yeah, and once a big trade like that happens, everybody takes notice, and everybody's gonna start scrambling to see what they can do now.
Oh yeah.
Before the season starts to, or during the season to, to improve their team. But, however, the NBA last year to me, or maybe the year before then, I think it's more balanced in the league now. So the game should be a lot more interesting as far as play. But it's not.
Yeah, you ain't got no like when LeBron went to the Heat, you just knew they were gonna be.
Yeah. It's a lot more balanced. So I like it in that way. So if he's gonna go to a different team, Milwaukee is a good team to help balance out the NBA a little bit to kind of see who's gonna take the
what's crazy?
tops.
I mean, it's a better market than Portland, but it still ain't a main market though.
No, nobody by
it
any
ain't
means.
New York.
Oh
LA,
no,
Miami.
by any means.
But I do think, as in guard play, in the East, Dame is the best guard in the East, by far.
By far?
In the East, yeah. So I do think that position is locked up. I think the front court they got that.
By far? Well, you might be right. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull up point guards.
I mean, the team that you named. I mean, ain't.
I mean, you might be right. I'm thinking about the East point guards. I mean, there's some good ones, but by far.
By far. Yep.
Let's see.
You can stamp it.
Yeah.
Yep. You can say Nate said it. And everybody be like, oh, yeah, yeah, we most definitely. And then you be like, Mr. Man said it. You be like, I wouldn't believe it. Hey, you be like, I don't know about that one. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. But I will say this: if Milwaukee gets a defensive slash setup shooter, and it could be a B plus player.
Yeah.
It's definitely over.
Well, like I say, this is just the beginning of it. So this is not the total final roster. So we'll see what teams will do to load up their teams and see who's going to be playing well in the season. But also too, the wrench in this whole thing this year, we talked about it, and I know you don't like it, is the in season tournament. So that's going to make a difference as well. But I like the idea. I just want to see it happen. I just want to see how it works.
Hey, before we log off, I know we got like 10 seconds. I'm making a prediction right now.
Okay.
You say Boston gonna be in the conference finals with
Well,
with
we just gonna see who's gonna be further, but I think Boston's gonna go further than Milwaukee.
Okay. Making a prediction right now. Milwaukee beats the Bucks. Milwaukee beats Boston 4-1. Call it. Take it to the bank.
Hey, this is the Man to Man Sports Podcast. I'm looking for a new co-host. So if y'all want to audition, please call me. But no, this is the Man to Man Sports Podcast. We'll be back.
All right, yo.
That was a great one. Yo, what up, everyone?
Yo.
This is Mr. Man with the sport. Golly, what up, everyone? This is Mr. Man, and I'm with my guy, Nate.
Hey, man, get it right, man. Get it right.
Dude.
All right, we're going to get this right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what? This is the Man to Man show, and this is Nate, and I'm kicking Mr. Man off the show. Hey, we're going to run a one-on-one right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness.
That's what we're going to do, man. Hey, man.
If y'all had to sit here and listen to this man off the air, man.
Hey, I don't be saying that. I be good. I be good.
Oh my goodness, y'all, man. What's the next topic, man? What are we talking about now, man?
Oh, so right now, it's been a lot of publicity on this individual and this organization.
My God.
But with the previous things that went on, hasn't been that much publicity, but he's still getting publicity. And I'm talking about the one and only Deion Sanders,
Prime time
in Colorado. I think we can all say that they're in unknown territory. A lot of people didn't think it was going to be this far or be this good. But I will say this, and I will ask this question to you, Mr. Man. With them losing to Oregon,
yes,
in
destroyed
in the fashionable way that they lost, does that change your outlook on the future?
I'm gonna throw this disclaimer out there. I don't care what go on with Colorado. I'm riding with Prime regardless if they win or lose. That's just the bottom line.
Sounds psychotic here.
I'm riding with my guy Prime every time because look, that man. This is the thing. This man has been flamboyant, out there, loud. Confident. Whatever you want to say about it, he's been that dude, and he's been a winner everywhere he's gone. But he's in this territory now. People want to see him win, and people gonna want to see him lose. And when they lost to Oregon, here come I told you so. Just told you so, people. I told you they ain't gonna be that good. But you gotta understand, this is their first year. The recruiting has gotten better, but it ain't nowhere near what it needs to be yet. Just give Colorado 2 to 3 more years. I'm telling you, Colorado gonna be a powerhouse team.
Now, I will say this. We all know that when he got rid of everybody on the team, and those few that did stay, that it was going to be an uphill battle. I think he came out guns blazing, and I think he opened some people's eyes to what he can do.
What he can do, right.
But I do think that which he said it. You know what I mean? The Alabamas, the Georgias of the world, obviously the Oregons of the world. There's still a gap there that he's trying to close. He's just trying to close it quicker than an average coach would do. And as we've seen that, Travis Hunter got hurt. Not to say he was going to be a big difference, but he does shut down one side of the field.
Right.
So I do think there's a room for opportunity, but he said O-line, D-line is our biggest weaknesses.
It shows. It definitely shows.
It won't be skill players. Skill players, they'll have that. You know what I mean? I don't think that'd be a problem. And they have the number one recruit on the team and hasn't played a snap yet. And I wish we could play this clip, but they asked Deion Sanders in a press conference, and he was like, "Well, the guy's been showing up late. He's not been studying how he's supposed to, and he's just not practicing well. And be frank, he's not ready." And out of all the things Deion Sanders say, one thing you can do, you can take him for his word. And if he's saying he's not ready for the position that he's coaching and that he's played, his number one recruit is playing that same position, and he's saying he's not ready, then he's not ready.
Right.
So I do think they got a long way to go.
Definitely.
But I will say this. Just because they lost to Oregon, don't sleep on them for USC.
Well,
that game right there, because this is one thing
go ahead. I want to say something about that. Go ahead.
This is one thing that I do say. Now, it's starting to be more prevalent, and, it's starting to be more of a parity across the whole, college football league, because usually just SEC is just top of everybody, but SEC is kind of back and forth right now. The Pac-12, nobody really has defense over there. Like, it's all, like, kind of offensive schemes, offense, you know what I mean? So, I can't really gauge them just yet.
Well, see, that's I was listening to one of the commentators, one of the college football commentators. I can't remember. I know Paul Fanbaum, and I can't remember the young lady's name. Oh, I wish I could remember her name to give her some credit. But
Megan Good.
No, I remember Megan Good. I definitely
Mariah
remember. Anyway, Megan Good. Oh, never mind. Anyway, but that girl fine.
PG-13.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Mama. If you watching, Dad, if you watching, I apologize. However, Megan Good, if you watching, call me.
We do need a sponsor. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
But ain't in it.
But no, but they was giving an interesting stat. Now, one of the things you got to recognize, Colorado only won one game last year.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So give them credit for the improvement on that standpoint. Now, this is where I kind of agree with you when it comes to the defense part of it. Colorado has given up a lot of points on defense, even in the games that they won. Like Colorado State was a tough game, but they showed they could put up points, but they showed they can always also give up points. But this is the one fact that they said that I didn't. I wish I could remember her name. But however, she said that USC has 16 sacks already. Guess how many times?
Caleb.
No.
Shador
has been sacked this year already.
What, 11?
22 times.
22. Okay.
So that lets you know right there that he's going to probably have problems on Saturday.
Yeah.
He's probably going to have problems on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Now, that still doesn't. Pac-12 is a Pac-12, Big Ten, whatever you want to call it. They always been weak on defense. Like they have the great offensive schemes, but as a defensive minded region or a group, like they've never been that good. So now USC has struggled too, though, especially early on in games.
Yeah,
they just mostly get bailed out by Caleb's ability to get out of positions and pretty much get out of sacks.
but he's what front runner for the Heisman, right?
Yeah, front runner.
I
for
mean,
Heisman.
so
Him and I think old buddy from Washington,
yeah,
the quarterback out of there, and then Shador was until they lost. So it's one of those things where they looking at him to win
yeah.
the Heisman. And I'm looking at him to win it, but that type of hero, I call it hero ball. That ain't gonna work when you getting close to like you getting in the playoff games and stuff like that.
USC looks pretty sharp, but but like I say, most offenses
UNC?
USC.
Oh, you said USC.
USC.
You been watching them?
I'm just saying. I
They don't look
mean,
that sharp. He just made them look that good because the offensive line has a lot of missed assignments.
that's why I was getting ready to address with Colorado. Their offensive line, which you mentioned earlier, is just not. But they also don't have the depth of ready players. As you mentioned, like the star recruit from for Colorado. Although he may be a top tier recruit, he's just not ready. I mean, because a lot of kids, and I hate to even bring this up, but and not just because he's my son, but my son, in my opinion, because I seen him play. And I seen his capabilities. I know his abilities. This boy was a star player on a terrible high school team, and a lot of times they was in the game because of him. And I just seen what he can do.
Yeah.
But however, that doesn't necessarily transfer to the college level because of sometimes you're not playing against your local high school team. You're playing against top other recruits in the across the nation. But for whatever reason, politics play a role, money plays a role, and favoritism plays a role, nepotism plays a role, and some kids like my son are overlooked because of guys who just want to put somebody else in front of them. And however, the teams don't necessarily. If my goal is to win, and my goal is to bring more money into the school, why not put my best player out there, who's gonna make more plays than your average player?
Are you insinuating something?
No, I'm just saying.
I feel like you are.
My point is, for Colorado, they don't have that luxury because they don't have the depth as most teams have in.
Oh, they're going to put out what they got.
Right, exactly. You see what I'm saying? But other college teams like your Alabamas and your Georgias, they have all the recruiting. So there's a lot of key players who are great players sitting on the sideline because they got so many to pick from. But Colorado don't have that luxury.
Oh no.
So that's what I was trying to say.
It's more of a Band-Aid additive. Like it's more of a quick fix for right now. And I think Deion did pretty much. You see the Deion effect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They're sellouts. All the tickets are sold for every single one of their games. It went up to $500 dollars. Like you see how much he's brought there. You see how much media attention he gets, and if you haven't noticed this, you see how many decommits. There's been a lot of people decommitting from Georgia. There's been a lot of people decommitting from Florida and the UFCs and stuff, and taking visits to Colorado because Deion is trying to make that the mecca of college football.
Right.
So got to give him time.
But this is another thing I want to bring out too. Deion's been like this whole ever since we know who Deion Primetime Sanders is, right?
Yeah.
So there's nothing new that he's presenting to the people of the world. I just don't understand why there's so much opposition against him from certain people, specifically Caucasians, if I'm being honest, right? Of why this man can't get the credit he deserved. Now, because if Georgia or Alabama started off like that, they would have been giving him some grace. Like, look, this is his first year. The recruiting is not as great. They would have been using all those excuses. But as soon as Deion go to Colorado, first thing they say, they're not going to do this. They're not going to do that. Colorado won one game last year with hardly any recruiting, with hardly any money. Like Nate just mentioned, they are selling out crowds just because he's there. Look how much money they brought into Colorado without even playing their first game.
Now, one thing I will say, just to kind of throw out there, I will say that if you're in the limelight, that's gonna bring negative energy,
Oh, most
no
definitely.
matter who you are.
Most definitely.
And if you the top of the food chain, that's gonna bring negative energy, no matter who you are. You got people that don't like Kirby. You got people that don't like Nick Saban,
Mm-hmm.
and Deion with his own defensive coordinator said, uh, him and Nick Saban are 98% alike, right? And they're 2% different.
Mm-hmm.
That 2% is just loud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I think within that 2% is his flashiness, how he, you look good, play good. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That's just one of his things. But that is just him. And I think moving forward, you know, he has a lot of followers, just like the athletic director. Hey, it was funny to me because the athletic director was like crying, and how I'm looking at it, like he's crying because like Deion saved my job type. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on the way out. Because he even said the first 10 years he was athletic director, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't think he was gonna even have a job. So he crying like, hey man, like you think, and I think a lot of people looking at it like, oh, he won, or he crying like, I still got a job, I'm paying you all this money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I do think the higher you go, the less air is there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have a lot of people that hate you, a lot of people that love you. I think Deion moving forward, once he gets settled in,
Mm-hmm.
I think that people are just to get accustomed to it because it's one of those things when you think outside the box, a lot of people gonna look at you like, oh, like, why you doing this? Or why you doing that? Until you start winning, and when you win it, that's when you have people that want to copy you.
Well, winning also shuts a lot of people up too.
Yeah.
However, once again, Deion's been like that from day one, even when he first stepped on the scene. And then, but he also, when they lost the game, even in the fashion that they lost it, he still was humble enough to like, yeah, we just got beat. It wasn't like, well, yeah, he didn't make any excuses. He didn't say like, well, we still gonna do this, we still gonna do that.
Nah, they got their butts.
Yeah, they got their butt to us. So I mean, I'm just like, y'all give the man some grace, man. Y'all just be, you know what I'm saying? It just makes me mad that. And I hate to bring race into it because it makes me upset because they don't never do a white coach in that fashion. Ever. Ever. And it pisses me off about them when they do that stuff. Excuse me, America. I'm speaking to y'all right now, especially the Caucasians right now. Y'all be pissing me off when y'all don't give any of these black coaches a chance. Y'all give these 1-year contracts and then they be firing them and all these kind of stuff and don't give them a chance to even do better. And then all of a sudden, a white guy come in, y'all giving him all the grace. Oh, he's just his first year. Oh, he needs to get better players, better recruiting. And y'all give him chance after chance.
Now I will say this.
Stop that.
Mel Tucker didn't make it no better. hey, you over there sleeping with the assistant trainer.
Hey, touche.
hey, he didn't make it no better.
You could have brought that up a later time after my speech.
I was just
after my speech.
I was just gonna be 100 with you. You know what I mean? He make it no better. I'm like, hey, you know what's crazy though?
Touche though. Touche.
You know what's crazy? I met Mel Tucker before he went to Michigan State. I met him when he was in Colorado. A lot of people don't know he was in Colorado.
Yeah.
And cool, laid back dude. You wouldn't even thought he was a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like he had on some Air Force Ones. No, he had on some ones, some J's.
Yeah.
That was the team color.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey man, what's up, man? Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Just chilling, whatever. So honestly, I can see this happening, because it's just whatever. But it's cool, dude. Hopefully, it works out for him. But I do think, as in head coaches, that do need to be a parity within head coaches and everybody. Just like old buddy from I know I'm going off the subject matter a little bit.
Yeah.
But old buddy from the Miami Dolphins, and
Oh, the head coach.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was actually an intern in Denver, and they said, "Oh, we're not gonna give you a chance." You know what I mean? So and you see what he did to him last Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
70-20.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the guy, and just because he's different. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and I feel like, you know, he comes with a different type of swag. He almost, to be honest, he almost remind me a little bit of Deion a little bit. Just the way he acts.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's and there's nothing wrong with being within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you're confident in your ability, then there's nothing wrong with that.
And that's all Deion's doing.
Yeah.
That's all Deion's doing.
And to be honest, you know, it's a smart move because you're backing what you're saying and you're getting all the monetary value from it.
Speaking of Miami, I know this is off this topic, but the Dolphins look scary, bro.
Well, I already told you that. That's one of the lists that I brought up.
Dolphins look scary.
I mean, you know, and we're gonna rewind back to this, and you know, when I was talking about the Milwaukee Bucks, you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, the Milwaukee Bucks."
No, you're wrong about
scary.
the Bucks. No,
you know what I mean? Like
the Bucks. You're wrong about.
I mean,
the Bucks.
but you know, on a serious note, you know, Mr. Mann, I really thank you.
For
because you just showed the world that you lose all the debates. That you know that it's just one of those things that you know, like it's one of those things you be like, oh, hey man, Nate, you was right, and I'll be like, you know,
I don't say you were right.
Hey,
I will never say that. I would say I agree with you on a specific point, but I don't never say you're right.
It's funny how all of it's just a big circle. You know what I mean? It just comes back around. I just be sitting here like,
Ladies and gentlemen,
look at that cat.
Ladies and
at the
gentlemen,
bowl.
if y'all go back and watch all our stuff from season 1 and go back until now, you will never see me say he was right. I promise you. I promise you.
I swear you said it 3 times.
No, I said I might agree. I said I agree.
During this video,
I said I agree to a specific point, but I didn't say you were right.
But you know what, Mr. Mann? You know, I respect you for saying you're right.
Oh, once again, this is a reminder. Auditions for the new co-host for the Man to Man Sports Podcast. They start next week. So if y'all want to be a part of this program, y'all contact me.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all don't want this to be a skip in the Shannon. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna blow this thing right up. We're gonna blow this thing right up. You know what I'm saying? What my Hennessy am I black about? Like, we're going to blow this thing right up. Hey, we're going to blow this thing right up. I don't care because you wear J's every day. You know what I mean? We're going to blow this thing right on up. Hey, but make sure y'all keep tuning in. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got a lot of
excited
giveaways.
About this season, y'all.
Yeah, we got a lot of giveaways, and we got some new things we want to kind of get y'all interactive with us, and you know, if y'all have questions and stuff, we want to kind of get that going too as well, moving forward. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. We got a couple more videos coming out next week. I feel like that y'all gonna love. And other than that, Man to Man, we out.
Yeah. What up, everyone? This is Mr. Man. I'm with Nate.
You know it.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all keep God first. Take care. Man to Man. And when I keep it short and sweet, that's when